I'll be showing you how to complete all of the Meowscles Mischief Week 2 challenges extremely fast. My name is Storm Ranger, and on this channel I show you how to complete your challenges quickly, get better at Fortnite fast, and improve at all sorts of other Fortnite-related things, so be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on anything, and help me get to my goal of 20,000 subscribers. Would help me out a ton. So on screen now you can see what all of these challenges are. Credit to the leaker iFireMonkey over on Twitter for leaking all these challenges as of when I'm making this video. Now if you want to look over these challenges, feel free to pause the video now, and while you're at it, let me know which of your Meowscles styles you'll be selecting. Personally, I'll be getting the Shadow style. Anyway, these challenges reward the player 400,000 XP on top of the variations of the Meowscles skin. Now because I'm sure you all want these rewards, the challenges are all super difficult, requiring the player to destroy doghouses, dance at Lake Canoe, Camp Cod, and Rainbow Rentals, and even ride the steamy stacks, a zipline, and use a secret passage in a single match. I'll be covering how to complete all of these challenges insanely quickly right now. Now to begin, the very first challenge is to search 10 chests at Frenzy Farm or Steamy Stacks. Now this challenge is incredibly simple, and I'll try to be fast here since you're all probably more interested in the latter challenges on this list, which you should definitely be sure to stick around for. Anyway, the key method to use when completing this challenge, which really is used when completing any of these challenges, is to play in Team Rumble. And that is because, as my regular viewers will know, since I'm always talking about it, you can respawn in Team Rumble. Since players tend to stay towards their side of the map, simply land at whichever location is on your side of the map, and then go ahead and search chests. Since 10 chests is not a lot, this challenge should be rather simple to complete. So the second challenge is to deal 1000 damage to players using assault rifles. And this is another straightforward challenge. Assault rifles are vital weapons in any loadout, so therefore you will likely complete this challenge without even trying. Really, you should just skip this challenge and work on your other challenges, and by the time you've completed those challenges, you probably would have completed this challenge too. And then obviously, if you feel like getting this challenge out of the way, you can just hop into a game of Team Rumble. That's all. This challenge is incredibly easy. Okay, nice. So now we have the third challenge, which once again is pretty easy, and is to search a chest within 10 seconds after landing from the battle bus, and then I believe 10 different times. Now I know what you're thinking, 10 different matches is a lot, and would take you forever to go into. So the best way of completing this challenge is once again to skip it. Well, kind of. Simply make it a habit for when playing any match to land next to a chest, and then immediately open it. So while completing your other challenges, or simply playing the game for fun, you will naturally be making progress towards this challenge without even needing to think about it. So if you make opening chests immediately after landing from the battle bus a habit, you won't need to worry about going out of your way to complete this challenge, which essentially makes it free XP. Anyway, so over here we have the fourth challenge, which thankfully now is getting a bit more challenging, at least for me, so you'll need to watch this video, but it's to deal 200 damage to players while riding in a chopper. Now this is another example of a challenge that is most easily completed in Team Rumble, as you can find casual players everywhere within the storm circle. So on screen now you can see a map I created over all of the chopper, or for the sake of simplicity, helicopter locations are. From my experience, helicopters are guaranteed to spawn at each of these locations. So feel free to pause the video now, or screenshot the map so you'll have it when you're in a match. Anyway, once you find yourself a helicopter, you're also going to need a long-range weapon, like assault rifles, or if you're confident in your aim, a sniper rifle. Finally, you're either going to need a random teammate, or a friend to be your pilot. However, if you don't have any friends to play with, feel free to make friends down in the comments below, and like I always do, I'll be hardening all the comments that I see of those who are looking for friends to play with. Anyway, when flying around in a helicopter, simply look for players who are standing still, and then shoot at them. Make sure your pilot is flying low to the ground, while staying relatively stable so you can easily get good hits on your opponents. And don't forget to be aware of your helicopter's position at all times so you can find it again if you die. But as long as you have a pilot, or at least are careful with the positioning of your helicopter, this challenge should not be too complicated to complete. So now we have the fifth challenge, which is to catch a weapon, a can, and a fish. Yeah, so this is another straightforward challenge. Simply find yourself a fishing rod and then fish, and that's it. Obviously, be sure to do so in Team Rumble, so you don't need to risk dying while trying to complete this challenge. And then also when finding a fishing rod, you are guaranteed to find one within fishing barrels, like the ones you can see on screen. I recommend going to the barrels, found in places like Slurpy Swamp, the Agency, or for the other side of the map, Sweaty Sands. And then when it comes to actually fishing, simply cast your rod, or bait, or whatever it's called, I don't fish, into groups of fish, like you can see on screen. And from there, it's just a waiting game until you catch a weapon, a can, and a fish. Nice. Now the 6th challenge is to eliminate 5 opponents at the yacht or Salty Springs. So this is another challenge that won't be too difficult as long as you follow a particular strategy. So if you are not confident in your skills as a player that you'll be able to eliminate 5 players at either of these locations, I simply recommend that you land at whichever location has the most players, which likely would be Salty Springs within the early game. Now if the bus flies directly over either of these locations, there will be a lot of players landing there. And if you manage to have a good drop and get a decent weapon, you will immediately have an advantage against all the other players. Now the early game is very luck oriented. When you don't have skill, you will need to rely on luck. And yes, you likely won't get 5 eliminations in a single match, but since each match will be rather short, this challenge should only take you around a few minutes to complete. Alright, so the 7th challenge is kind of tricky and is to destroy 3 doghouses. Anyway, the doghouses this challenge is referring to look like what you can see on screen now and can be found next to houses around the map. However, thankfully, you do not need to venture around the map to find 3 doghouses because as discovered by this Game With article, more than enough can be found over at Holly Hedges. Now feel free to head to the Game With article to check out this map so you can use it while playing. I'll have a link down in the description under sources. Anyway, now on screen, you can see some quick video I gained over from replay mode of where to find these doghouses to give you a better idea of where to look. Just go into any public game mode, destroy 3 of these houses, and just like that, you will complete this challenge. So the next challenge is the 8th challenge, and is to block 100 damage with a decoy grenade. Now while this challenge may sound complicated, it is actually quite simple, and that is because it is not too hard to have your decoys take damage for you. When you're in a fight with a player, if you simply spawn your decoys near the enemy player, the player will almost definitely need to take care of the decoys before they can try to defeat you. And if that's too hard for you, you can simply throw a decoy near a henchman, and they will automatically fight the decoys. And then because decoy grenades are rare items that spawn in stacks of 3, they should not be too hard to find. And that's all, this challenge is pretty easy. So the 9th challenge is to dance at Lake Canoe, Camp Cod, and Rainbow Rentals. So all these locations are landmarks that can be found around the map. And really the only difficult part about this challenge is knowing where to find these locations. So on screen now you can see a map I created of where each of these locations can be found. But since this map might not be the most clear, now on screen you can see what these locations look like on the map. So first we have Lake Canoe, which is found just north of Retail Row and southwest of Dirty Docks. Secondly, we have Camp Cod, which is simply the southernmost island on the map. And then finally we have Rainbow Rentals, which are simply these rainbow colored beach houses. They can be found located on the beach just southwest of Holly Hedges. Now as long as you visit and then dance at each of these locations, you will complete this challenge. The only difficult part is knowing where to go. Now the 10th and final challenge out of all of the Meowscles Mischief challenges is to ride the Steamy Stacks, a zipline, and use a secret passage in a single match. So the first step of this challenge you will want to complete is riding a zipline, which can be done by simply riding the power lines that are found over here. You can ride these power lines right into Steamy Stacks and then head over to the giant wind funnels, or as the name suggests, the stacks. Once you ride to the top of the stacks, you can just glide over to the radio station you can see right here, and then just enter the porta potty you can see on screen now that is found in the basement of the building. And that's it. As long as you do this, you will complete the final of the Meowscles Mischief challenges. Now if you enjoyed this video and want to learn how to get better at Fortnite, complete your challenges fast, and improve at all the other Fortnite related things, you can start by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss out on anything, and help us get to 20,000 subscribers by clicking here. And to support me, you can use code StormRanger and buy my merchandise by clicking here. Finally, you can click this card right here to learn how to get XP fast in Fortnite. But that's all I have for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.